Dustin, Sammy, what's up, RhiNo? What's up, Sammy? No sound. Yeah, we are good now, Nick. Craig Shaw joined. Uh-oh. Derek.
Look out.
Jonathan, Bradley, Amanda. Today we have an exciting show. I'm not going to lie. This is probably the first time that I've been nervous about doing this show. Not going to lie. But we are here live with none other than Justin Mooch himself. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, brother. How about you?
Doing great, man. How's everything going right now?
Everything's good. I'm on an emergency job, so if you hear a bunch of noise or a truck idling, that's just me shutting down some traffic lanes here.
Doing work, huh? Non-stop
Yeah,
working.
doing work for MPT Rentals. We're probably going to play them in the second round this week in Columbus, so Mark's, I guess, just trying to wear me out before Friday night's game and just put me on them 24-hour shifts. Mark's a great guy and all, but he's all about business and winning first, so we'll see.
Hey, I talk to Mark every now and then a little bit, and he definitely seems like a very cool dude. But I'm gonna have to say, if I was doing the same thing, I'd do the exact same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. He's always got a little plan up his sleeve.
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yep.
So, man, I'm excited. So, of course, I do this little show just to kind of give insight on what on the people in the conference and the softball world, and give them a better understanding of what it is that you do on a daily basis. But not only that, but what goes on through your mind out on the pitcher's mound. I want to know everything. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. I've seen your crazy dance moves, and the very first question that I want to start off with is, where do your moves come from? That's what I want to know.
Well, I mean, it's kind of tough, man. I mean, I don't even know what goes through my head. I mean, psychiatrists been trying to figure this shit out for about 20 years, and to no avail. So just sometimes this crazy things come in my head. When I was younger, 16, 17 years ago, when I first started playing U-Trip, I mean, I'm not going to lie. I used to just do moves in the mirror at the house, like, just crazy, stupid stuff. I picked some things up from older guys from my area. My father's a Hall of Fame pitcher. So,
nice.
I mean, yes, he's in New Jersey Hall of Fame also. So, that definitely helped out. But like I said, I mean, I watched a lot of the great ones. Conference guy who retired probably about 7 years ago, Scott Nasali, was somebody that I always tried to pick his brain. Andy Purcell, obviously, too. But Andy's just so dominant with his heavy knuckleball and, what he does. But Scooter had some moves. And I just try to take it to a different level, try and stand out, and I like to have fun, too. So, I mean, guys don't like it, let's be honest. I can name 100 guys that purposely tried to kill me on the mound. But, it's all about business for me. And, if I got hit, I got hit, and that's that.
No, I agree. I watch you, and some of the stuff I'm like, and it just keeps going and going. And, I'm intrigued by what you do. Let me tell you this much. I play third base, and I tried pitching. They threw me in, seventh inning. We're up. It's a C tournament, and I sweat my ass off.
Yeah, it's tough.
Oh.
I mean, it's definitely. Definitely now. I mean, I'm 45 years old, so I mean, it definitely takes a wear on my body. But the bottom line is this. I mean, there's always been people that be like, oh, he does that to bring attention to himself. Listen, I'm out there doing whatever I got to do to win for my team and my sponsor. Sure. Point blank, period. I don't give a shit. Exactly. I'm there to win, and that's it. And
so, I know you say you're there to win, but why that mentality? Like, what drives you to that mentality?
I mean, I played baseball my whole life, and when I stopped playing baseball, honestly, like in my early 20s, I'm like, I'm not going to play softball. I had no desire to play softball. And then when I was like 26, I got drug out there, and instantly I was like, man, why did I wait this long to play? And,
right.
I was a shortstop. I hurt my knee, and that's when I said, hey, let me pitch, man, because I'm not too mobile right now. It was ASA then, but then once I got on the mound, it was all over. I mean, that's all I wanted to do was pitch.
So just to give the RhiNo Nation a little bit of insight, how long have you been playing softball?
I started in 2002.
2002. I was a sophomore in high school, just to let you know that.
I was 28 years old.
28 years old. Okay. So you started in New Jersey. Dad, Hall of Fame out of New Jersey. I guess kind of growing up the lifestyle of the softball world, and then you kind of just picked up, or
Absolutely. I mean, he played him, like I said, when I was a teenager, and I watched him play and everything. I was like, oh, this is great. It's great. But then when I got in my early 20s, like I said, when I stopped playing baseball, I had no desire to play it. And like I said, about 4 or 5 years later, I caught the bug. My buddies drug me out there, and of course, when I played, I wanted to be as good as I could be. And I won't name any names, but a certain individual came up to me and said, you can make money in this game. And I was like, what?
Okay.
And that's going to influence a lot of people to work harder, and that's what I did. And like I said, I'll never forget when I got the call to play on to start traveling. It was a year before the conference was formed, but still, they had major softball and everything, and a team called me up on my house phone.
Oh, there we go. That's
yeah. So
these people don't even know what that is. No,
and I break everybody's balls on Facebook, this, that, and the other thing, and I know, like, with social media and everything, but and you know what? I still wouldn't do it, so I don't care what anybody says. I'm not just saying that because they can call me old head or whatever, but I ain't uploading no video to try and put my name out there. Like, we grinded, we drove to tournaments to get noticed. I used to wear the sleeve on the head, the camouflage shorts. They used to call me G.I. Joe, and then it brought attention to me, which I wanted to, but I could back it up also, so that helped out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, all the attention, whether it be positive and negative attention's better than no attention. You know what I mean?
Exactly. There's no such thing as bad publicity, right?
No, not at all. You know what I mean? I play the few times that I've pitched. I feel that obviously playing third base, aka the hot corner, the more and more I play, and the higher levels I go. Like, for example, playing the Seattle Major and playing the Portland Major, probably the last 2 big tournaments I played, they come at you with some velocity, and that's at third base.
Yep.
So, compared to you at shortstop back in the day, before the knee injury, and then pitching now, which position do you prefer playing, and as far as the action, if that makes sense?
Well, I mean, obviously now you see most pitchers have the headgear, and I stress this all the time. And when they'll post a video, or somebody will upload something and say, "Oh, another guy got hit," whatever. And it's I've been stressing this for probably about 4 years now. And like, I'm at the point now that when I see somebody that got hit in the face, I don't even feel bad for them. I know that might sound bad, but guess what? There ain't any pitcher that gets hit now. I don't want to hear that he didn't know about masks and everybody wears masks now. I mean,
it's
you
all
got to
over
protect
social
yourself.
media.
And I see, and I'm not knocking these guys. You got to start somewhere. E-rec players, they have helmets on, but then they got to wear their fancy outfits and shorts and their Under Armour, whatever underneath. They ain't wearing shin guards. The funny thing is, if you ask me right now, Mooch, you can only wear a mask or a shin guard, I would probably say I'm going to wear shin guards. And the reason being, as stupid as that sounds, I mean, trust me, I would never not wear either.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, your glove's almost eye level. Okay? At my age, it's tough for the glove to get down to the ankles anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I got it.
But, I mean, you should protect yourself. Listen, I don't care if a guy went out there and had he had full catcher gear on. That's called a smart individual. That doesn't mean he's a bitch.
Yeah.
That means he's a smart man.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So, I do make a joke when someone goes, "Hey, man, how do I get to the next level as a pitcher?" I said, "Stop pitching and learn how to hit," because it's crazy up there being a pitcher.
Oh, I bet. I bet.
So let's be honest. Most of us pitchers, besides Andy Purcell, Travis Clark, they're just 750 hitters every year and dominant pitchers. I mean, most pitchers, if you look at the conference level, you can look at the top 16 teams in the country, and I guarantee 10 of those 16 pitchers are not hitting over 550. And it's the truth. But they're good pitchers, so,
they're
you
not
need a leader like that.
there for their bat. They're there for what they do to throw pitchers off or throw batters off.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. And then there's Craig Shaw, like I said. I mean, like I said, I'm not just saying this because I play for him now. In 17 years, I have not had a better sponsor. I mean, me and him are such good friends now too. And every time I make an out, like, that's what's great about Craig and playing for Pure Sports is, every time I make an out, I was like, I might be like, "God damn it," and he'll be like, "What? All right, screw it." He goes, "You fucking stink." Like, that's what Craig would say to me, and we just laugh about it. You're not here to hit. Get out there and pitch. You know what I mean?
I could see something him saying going along the lines of, "What? That's what I was expecting." You know what I mean?
100%. And then we'll get back to the hotel and he'll have a bourbon waiting for me, going, I love you, buddy. I didn't mean that.
Yeah. Well, that's good that you have that relationship. You know what I mean? Kind of, with one of the best sponsors that you said you've had in the past 17 years. When you played softball, when was it the first time that you actually did receive a sponsorship or some kind of incentive to play for a team?
I always, I was always taken care of. There was a guy, Mike Turney. He passed away probably in about, I'm going to say 2008 or 2009. And in 2006, he gave me a word sponsorship deal. And, it was just, I was overwhelmed by it because I never thought like something like that would happen. Obviously not, like my name on a bat or anything like that, but he took care of me, the product, and just unlimited bats here every weekend. And, I've always been appreciative. I mean, I still do it to this day. I mean, I thank my sponsors 3 times at a tournament, and I've just always been live. I've always been that way. You know what I mean? You gotta, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be playing this game, you know?
For sure. I know time and time again, you see, I am not a numbers guy. That's why I joined the Marine Corps. You know what I mean? I didn't want to go to college. I joined the Marine Corps.
Yep.
Just looking up the amount of bats in the dugout, the gear, flights, hotels. There's no telling how much a sponsor will dish out for you guys to do what you love. You know what I mean? So shout outs to the sponsors. You know what I mean? Like you said, it wouldn't happen if it wasn't for the sponsors. So
100%.
Where do you call home, Mooch? Where's home for you?
I live in Trenton, New Jersey, which I guess the best landmark anybody would know. I live about 10 minutes away from Princeton University.
From Princeton University?
Yes.
Okay.
Trust me, I did not go there.
So saying that you didn't go there, did you in fact go to college?
I did not. I had a full ride to Rider University. I did not go. My sister joined the military.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Yes, my sister joined the military after 2 years of community college. My mom was a little wreck when she joined. My sister was more of a, I don't know how to say this. She was the last person you'd ever think to join the military.
Yeah.
She was kind of like, like a girly. She was a girly girl.
Okay.
So, you know what? And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to not go for a year and just keep an eye on, just be around the house and everything.
Got it.
Get a job and then I'll go. And to be honest with you, I got a decent job out of high school and then I got transferred to West Virginia for 6 months with work and then Austin, Texas for 2 years and never went back. Never did it. I never went to college. Nope.
So did you play ball in high school then?
Yes, I played ball in high school. I played a little independent league after high school and everything like that. And then, like I said, just didn't do anything for a couple of years. And then, boom, caught the softball bug. And here I still am doing it 19 years later,
Yeah. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, I don't know how you can do it for so long. I've been playing on and off, being in the military for here and there, 6 months here. But I am hurting after 3 games on a Saturday. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely not fun, like I said, and I pretty much do a laborious job, so it makes it worse when I come back on late Sunday night. And, of course, I always hear every weekend from, the wife, how much longer are you going to keep?
Hey, happy wife, happy life,
That's right.
I get it, man, and that's kind of crazy. So, did you, when coming up through, the softball, all that stuff, you've obviously met, I'm assuming a crap load of individuals.
Yes.
Is there one or two? Let's do 2. Who are the top 2 individuals that you would say were all around your favorite / great teammates to play with? I know you played with a lot, and I know there's a crap load, but 1 or 2 that stick out in your head as maybe, for some reason is the best teammate / player to take the field with on the same team.
There's 3 because 3 pop into my head right away.
We'll take 3. We'll take the third.
First and foremost, he was the guy I first played with when I got brought up. He's from Kentucky. He was 25 years old at the time when we played together. It was his first year in A, my first year also, and still to this day we're good friends. We played together probably about 4 or 5 seasons together over the past 14 years, and his name's Sean Ballard from Berea, Kentucky. Second would be coach of Precision. His name is Todd Ankney. Me and Todd we met one time through a random friend, Brett McCullum, who's on my Pure Sport team this year, back in 2008, and just bonded like that instantly. And then I wound up playing with him 2011 and 2016. I mean, nobody knows the game like Todd Ankney, and I mean, he's just an incredible individual. How he finds talent and what he does, I mean, it's unbelievable. Todd is the best. And, of course, I got to say, my roommate of 3 of the last 5 years we played together, that's my road dog, Chente Granados.
I
mean,
so
me
you
and
guys
Chente
together for a while.
Yes, and, you know, everyone used to make a joke. Me and Chen always roomed together, and they were like, we got to separate Mooch and Chente. We have to. Because, you know, they used to always think that we were up to no good, but he's my little homie. I mean, he's like a son to me. You know, he's 15 years younger than me, but, you know, I love the kid to death.
Well, that's cool, man. I mean, to establish that kind of like relationship, especially the abilities to play at the skill level that you do, and to have someone that does play at that level with you, you know, especially 3 out of the last 5 years, you know what I mean? Says a lot about you two as individuals, and maybe y'all gel, you know what I mean? Y'all make it work.
Absolutely.
So then that kind of leads up to my next question that I always ask every single person that comes on the RhiNo's Raw Real Softball Talk Show is, you have the #1 overall pick in a super draft. We'll call it the USA Super Draft. And they say, Mooch, you get the #1 pick. It could be anybody. I want to know who it is for the fun team, who you could care less if you lose. And then I want to know who the #1 person is for the team that you want, that is expecting to win it all.
Okay. To win it all, still hands down, I guess I'll be coaching that team, because that'll be Andy Purcell.
Okay. And why is that?
He's just the best. He's the best to ever played a game. It's not even a question. The funny thing is, I played some, I guess they call them backyard worlds or dirt worlds. So, like, you know, I would play Winter Worlds with, like, Andy and Don DiDonatis Jr. and Cannell and all them in Florida, because my parents live in Tampa, so I'd fly down and stay with them, and we'd play. And Andy, I'd pitch. Andy played third. Andy's like, I don't like pitching all season for him. And let me tell you something. Andy could still probably start on the #1 team in the country at third base. I mean, he's just, it's unbelievable. And the guy's just, he's the best. I mean, unbelievable hitter, unselfish. Everybody gives him a bad rap because he's such, I mean, Andy goes off the, you know, chain a little bit, but that's the competitive nature in him. The guy's 48 or 49 years old. He'd trip his grandmother to win a game and wreck. I mean, that's just Andy. I mean, that's just the best way to describe him.
Oh, man.
But Andy Purcell, my #1 overall pick, and my #1 overall pick for a fun team. Oh, God. I would probably say Michael Sid Stephanie. He's not playing in the conference this year. I honestly don't know if he retired or just took a year off. He's been in the conference for the last 10 years. There's nobody. I mean, the stuff that he's just hilarious. I mean, everything he does. Everything, he just lives life. He's a jokester, and it's just, he's the best.
The comical relief type guy, yeah?
Oh, my God, yes.
Who was the last team he played for, if you can remember?
Say that again?
What was the last team he played for, if you don't mind saying?
Before Pure?
Yeah.
Who, last team I played for?
No, last team that you said the last guy that you want for fun.
Oh, Michael Sid Stephanie. He played for Rax Astros last year in 2018.
Got it. So, real quick, guys. So, if y'all are in here, shoot your questions. I'm pretty sure Mooch is not going to shy away from any question that you want. I have a list here, but I want to know what you guys have questions.
You guys could ask the most savage question in the world, and guess what? I'm answering it.
There it is. You heard it. The most savage questions in the world. So we'll get a few coming in. Fred said, Mooch, what tournament were you at where they took that pic? Were you flipping off the camera? Okay. Yeah. What tournament were you at when you were flipping off the camera?
Well, there's about 9 of them in circulation. It was a running joke. There's photographer Robin Feck. There's Kelly Lang.
Yep.
And then the last one, I believe her name was Victoria. So I used to always give the finger to the camera girl. Sometimes they'd be behind, a little bit off behind home plate by the backstop, and I would give it to them. And, like, you know, the umpires would be like, Mooch, can't do that, the live stream, everything like that. And then I didn't even know that. So the third tournament we played this year, or fourth tournament, we were in St. Louis. And in the seventh inning of the semifinals, we were up like 4 runs, and I gave the finger to the camera girl. I just happened to see her. And I gave her the finger, and the umpire took time and called Shaw outside the dugout. And Shaw goes, "You're gone." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "He threw you out of the game." And I said to the umpire, I didn't flip you off. He goes, "I know there's a new rule this year. It's called the Mooch rule." I said, "I'm fucking Mooch." And he didn't know because I don't believe he was a conference umpire. And he was like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "No, that you have to go. Like, that's a rule." And I was told the next day by Strohan Kennison, you know, a national director, and he said, "Mooch, that's a rule. You can't do it anymore." But so at least you got thrown out now and before another, you know, a really big event. So there will be no more flipping the birds. So that I won't do.
If you
off the field, yes.
If you find a new bird flipped Mooch picture, it's exclusive. It can go hot on the market. We'll sell it. $20.
That should go on eBay for $1,000.
Yeah, going on eBay for $1,000. My homie Derek V out of Colorado said, "What's your most memorable Worlds you've won?"
Everybody always says, you know, it's your first one. I mean, I won in 2004. I won ASAB and NSAB Supers when they were 60 teams in each one.
Damn.
You know, NSA was always in Indiana. Teams came from everywhere, California, everywhere. I mean, they were huge. We won the NSA that year in Indiana, and we won the ASAB with like I said, 50 or 60 teams in, I believe, Auburn, Alabama, and they were great. But U-Trip was always the goal of anybody. So I won in 2006 with G and Chop, my first one, and that was memorable. But I gotta say, last year with Pure Sports, I mean, besides myself, Jason Branch, and Lee Payne, I mean, nobody, you know, won that AA World, and that was just, I mean, it was great. I mean, you know, when you win it, you see the excitement, and we were still excited. And I was in the game, but it was the bottom of the 9th, I believe, or bottom of the 10th, where we won an extra innings, and I'm coaching third base. And Donnie Hammonds hit a base hit in the 6th hole, and Heath Barnes, who was the fastest guy on our team, scored from second. And I'm waving him home, and you could just see the excitement on the video clip of how excited I was still to win my 5th U-Trip. Donnie Hammonds wasn't too excited because I think he wanted it a homer because he slammed his bat. You can see that in the video also. But that's just Donnie being Donnie. Donnie, you know, that's the competitor in him. He doesn't even realize when he does stuff like that. But just and like, you know, me hugging Shaw and, you know, listen, I told the guy I would help him build a team to win AA last year, and we did it. And he probably didn't believe it. He trusted me. We both sat down, and he knew I knew a lot of the players to get him that way. And, you know, Craig was just awesome, and just said, you know, help me build a winner. And at the time,
made it happen.
You know, I got it. Let's be honest. I mean, it's not like I'm saying anything wrong here. At the time, Pure was still kind of a startup company.
Yep.
And just when our roster got posted, at the end of the 2017 season, about November, I believe I posted our, you know, I always do that every year for Craig. I'll post our team, picture a little write-up on each player, and everybody was like, wow, like, look at this team. And, you know, next thing you know, bats are just tripling and quadrupling and orders and just off the charts, and nobody can keep up and everything like that. And, you know, I want to give a shout out real fast to Chris Osborn, you know, co-owner of Pure Sports also.
Oh, yeah.
Great individual. Nothing but respect for him. Totally takes care of me. You know, will send me a message all the time. Mooch, you need anything? You need this? Blah, blah, blah. Chris, thank you. I appreciate it. No, I'm good now.
Yeah.
You know, I can't speak highly enough of him and Chris Osborn and Craig Shaw. I mean, just two great individuals.
And every time Chris is sending you a message, he's doing it from a boat fishing, huh?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, it is. Speaking of Donnie, Mooch, which player in the conference has the most hustle? That came from him.
That's definitely That's his bat, I believe, in 2020. It's going to be called the Hustlenator.
Oh.
And the
Well, there you go. He
Habinator.
said which player in the conference has the most hustle.
Well, it definitely ain't Donnie.
It ain't him. Mark Carucci
Definitely
said,
not him.
Mark Carucci said, I'm here. Let's see. And then Nick says, will Craig Shaw get an at-bat this year?
Carucci, you think I get off before 6 in the morning, or do I have to stay here for the full 24?
Yeah, let's help the guy out. That's kind of messed up. We see what MPT is doing here. Don't think we're not catching on, Mark.
Actually, I just checked the schedule. It says I'm on for 72 straight hours now.
Oh, man. Yeah. It happens. Let's
Yep.
see. Who has talked the most shit to you mid-game or the best chirping match you have ever gotten into? And that's from Chris Rosen, a buddy out here in Oregon.
That's kind of tough because, I've been jawed at a lot. Back when I first started, like I said, 2004, I was extremely cocky. And I used to keep a Sharpie in my back pocket. And if somebody shot middle, I would sign the ball and roll to them. Say, here, take this up as a souvenir.
Hey, that's something I'm going to have to steal.
I would never do that in a million years again, with the technology and the balls and bats. But, yes, I used to do stupid stuff like that.
That's pretty cool. Coming from a conference pitcher, what are the unwritten rules of going middle?
As a pitcher, you could hit middle every time, and you should hit middle every time. To me personally, if this is a pitcher mentality you have to have. If you're winning 50-1, or if you're losing 50-1, you got to expect every ball to be hit at you. Sure. That's it. 100%. You just can't. Don't ever think they won't do it, whether it's at a spite, at a this. They just might. Listen, you could be I'm not going to name names. Actually, I will. I will name names. You know what? What the hell do I care? I've watched players. Jeff Wallace was the biggest one. Great guy, great player, major World Series champion, probably 5, 6, 7 times. I watched him play in Indiana about 10 years ago, and he made 2 outs, which was very uncharacteristic, against, say, Joe's Bar and Grill, a local team. Pitcher was wearing jean shorts, and he blew the dude up right in his nuts.
Oh, man.
Like his fourth at bat. And the guy was probably 40 years old and had no business being out on the mound there. And that's what I'm just saying. That was Jeff's mentality. Like, you got me out twice, I'm coming at you now. I don't care if I get a hit again. Just some people are like that. My big thing is, I've always said this. All I'm doing is trying to get you out. That's my job.
Makes sense.
You're getting mad, I still got to go to work. I still got to go to work on Monday. But, some guys, like I said, they just take it too far, and they don't like it. They don't like getting shown up. If I do a Karate Kid and get them out, next time I expect the ball to be hit at me because that's where it's coming.
Or when you snap the shit off. I'm thinking.
100%.
Orlando Castillo says, Mooch, who does he think is the feel good, look good, play good player in the conference? LOL.
Orlando Castillo, 100,000%. That's always been his motto. He's my man.
Look good, feel good, play good. No, we talked about that a little bit. And Kelly Lang said, I never got a bird flip pick, and that's very disappointing. I'm sure we can rearrange that.
I think I did, but Kelly was always flirting the stand. So she didn't
there it is. That's
it.
what it is. Ryan, the Leckness Monster, said the best World's win is when he was the EH in 2018 in Vegas. LOL.
NSG, we were called Nonstop Grind. Joey Gonzalez, who's a sponsor of Bay Area Legends. Like I said, we always do these off-season tournaments, and they have like a Vegas Winter World. And we get all the Cali guys and me and Neil Hagelin, who plays for Rismondo. He lives by me. And like 1 or 2 other guys from the East Coast, my big homie Devin Riley. We'll fly out to Vegas and just hang out with those guys, have a great time. And we won. It was a Winter World, and I always make jokes like, those rings don't matter. So we were driving back to the Rio after we won it. And a homeless guy came up to the car and asked me if I had any money, and I said no, but here, and I gave him the ring. So. Oh,
dude, that's crazy. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, it was great.
That's badass.
And my buddy Patrick Price was driving. He goes, "Did you really just give your ring to that homeless guy?" I said, "100% I did."
That's pretty cool. That just kind of explains, your thought process on who you are as an individual, and I love it, man. That's crazy.
Yep.
I've never heard of this guy's name. It's kind of weird, but his name is Arjun. Arjun Dawes. You might know him.
Arjun Dawes. That's my boy.
He says, who's Mooch's favorite or least favorite player? That was from Arjun himself.
Oh, he knows the answer to that. Keith Lasky.
Hey, there it is. Hey, there it is. There it is.
Or I could say the KL-17 Creeper. I mean, that's probably how more people know him as, but.
Got it. Donnie Hammond says, I love the Hustlenator.
Tell him I'd love the Hustlenator to show up in Columbus and start hustling.
There it is. You heard it here. Chris Osborn, I think Shaw needs an at-bat. Let's make that happen, Mooch.
Only if he can wear the softball shorts pinstripe from 1985.
And they have to be like, maybe
super tight with the little span jams. They were called like elastics underneath.
And they go down maybe a foot from the waist, if that.
100%.
I like it.
Craig's big sexy. He could definitely rock that.
I like it. What would it take to make an appearance at one of my open tournaments here in Fort Myers, Florida? Hey, that's what happens. We get from the viewers.
Send me some dates, and I'm always willing to go.
There it
100%.
is. There it is, Frank. So, one of the things that kind of we kind of see a little bit about, who you are as an individual, but one of the big things that I like to ask is, what is your motivation? What drives you to do what you do?
Honestly, for the last 5 years, it's just been, Christ, I hate to keep bringing his name up, but like Andy Purcell drives me because Andy's 49 years old and he just still does it. And I kept saying to myself, I'm like, maybe I'll retire when Andy retires, but if Andy makes it to 50, then that's my goal, to play in the conference till I'm 50 years old, God forbid, God willing, still healthy enough to do it and everything. But yeah, like just watching Andy out there. Look, I'm not the player Andy is, especially not the hitter he is. But I respect the hell out of him, and it's him. He drives me to still want to be in this game. You know what I mean?
And that's awesome. I'm pretty sure you've had endless of games against the man, and then pitching is not a sensitive position, but a definite what's the right word? Conflict heavy position, if I should say.
Yep.
And you being a pitcher and him being a pitcher, it's kind of cool that you do not praise, but give him the amount of respect that you give him, knowing that you're a rival pitcher and y'all do the exact same thing, but y'all can easily go at each other and your teams kind of help each other and take care of each other. The unwritten rules or whatnot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most people think, especially at that level, that all the pitchers, they don't like each other. They just want to everyone's worried about who's the best next to Andy, this, that, and the other thing. Look, the bottom line is this: I respect every pitcher, whether I didn't like them or not as a human being. Any pitcher, E level, rec level, up to major level. You toe that rubber, you are the man. Yeah. Don't let anybody else tell you any different. That's why, I will stress it again: wear your gear. Shin guards and masks should always be on. I don't care if there's no reason to have this ego to think that, oh, look at me, I don't need to wear that stuff. It's just not worth it. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like I said, if they told, listen, if maybe you could help me out, RhiNo.
What's that?
Tell the military, I'm sure you've already got it. Get me some Kevlar suit where I'm not going to overheat in that stops bullets. Okay, I don't care if it's $10,000, and if I could wear this thing that's protecting me all the way down to my feet, through my wrists to my neck, I'll just go out there and just take the lasers off the chest and just laugh at people. You know what I mean?
That'd be pretty crazy. I could think of a suit, but that thing is going to be definitely hard to get. That's going to be some illegal shit going on to get you that stuff.
Somebody brought that up to me. They said, yo, what if they made a suit like that and it was $10,000? I was like, are you kidding me? I'd buy it tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. That maybe have some built-in insulation, for you. I'm digging it. We're gonna we can come up. Let's talk to Craig. We can come up with a suit. We call it the I don't know. What's a clever word?
I don't know.
Name.
I would love to think of it and patent it and everything. Something. Like I said, any pitcher. I guess not scared. Okay, but I want everyone to picture this that's listening that maybe is a pitcher. I would like you to envision first tournament of the year in Las Vegas, which it always is,
yep.
And it's usually the end of March. and probably 3 of the last 4 years, we're playing in the winner's bracket semifinal or final. It's 9 o'clock at night. It gets cool in the desert that time of the year. It's 60 degrees. The fields are 275 at Big League Dreams.
Jesus. Yeah, that's right.
And I'm coming from Jersey, which you're basically coming out of the snow, so I'm not really playing much.
Yeah.
Ever, except for like maybe go away to Florida in January or Vegas in February just to get loose, have fun. And usually them tournaments, I don't pitch. I just hang around with my buddies, DH, catch, whatever. And then you're facing Ryan Harvey, Jason Branch, Andy Purcell, Reina, like back to back to back after pitching 5 games, and the ball's coming off like 115 miles an hour. It's not fun. It's not fun. And the ball's just going out at will because they're such small fields. Guess where they're going? Through the middle. And it's just, they're there to try and win and get on base. And I don't blame them.
It's part of the game. You know what I mean?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Douglas Phillips, Mooch, if you were in control of conference, what are the first 2 changes you would make, if any?
I would have... What's that?
I said, that's kind of tough.
It is kind of tough. I know Dougie, too. He's from Delaware. He's a great guy. I would say, one, every conference tournament, Ash Turf Fields, and preferably like 325. That'd be perfect. All over. That just helps. I mean, every year there's probably about 2 of. Nothing usually ever gets canceled, but
True.
St. Louis was really bad this year. It rained for like a day, nonstop, and it wound up going to. If you lost Friday night, you were out of the tournament. So like it's that kind of sucked for the teams that pay a lot of money. And then Saturday was completely washed out, and they brought back 8 teams on Sunday, and it was single limb. And I believe it happened somewhere else. So if you have the AstroTurf facilities, nothing's ever going to get rained out. So that's one.
That's cool.
That I would definitely love to see. It's tough to do. I mean,
sure.
But that would be great. And second thing, I would say, look, the bats are never going to change. So I would say, I know they're trying to find a ball sensitive where it's not going to get in the heat, it's not going to turn into a total pillow, and then at night turns into a rock like the Classic M. They're trying. We're testing out a ball this week in Columbus, I believe.
Nice.
At the tournament. But, yeah, I would love to see a ball that was like, just stayed the same in the heat and in the cool. So,
that's some serious technology stuff right there.
Yeah, but, I mean, that would be great. That's turf fields and a ball that just stayed the same in all types of weather.
So that makes sense. So that way you can't, cancellations happen, unfortunately, but at least this way with the turf, you got a little bit extra higher percentage of playing that weekend if it does rain.
Yep.
So like here in Washington, man, I'm from Texas originally. Where in Texas we have dirt fields. If it sprinkles, your shit's canceled. You know what I mean? Here in Washington, I'm new. I get here in November of 2017, and here we are. I'm playing in a D tournament, and it is raining hard. And I'm thinking, man, we're not playing. These crazy guys play on the turf, no matter what. You know what I mean? And I don't know how New Jersey is, but you see a lot of that up there?
Yeah, actually, the fields in New Jersey are actually not really that good either. But I will say the crew, I'll give them a shout out, Jim Pila and my man Fernando. They're 2 of the U-Trip directors. I mean, these guys will get anything in. They deal with a lot of crap from everybody, like any other state would.
Yeah.
But numerous times, just stuff I see on Facebook, and I will help out. They always have an umpire on off weekends. If I'm not down the beach with my wife, I'll obviously go do it. I actually like umpiring and stuff, and it's nice. You get paid pretty well to umpire in New Jersey.
Oh, nice.
But they're out there. I mean, those guys will go out at 3 o'clock in the morning once it stops raining, and these fields can be flooded, and they'll be pushing water off and dragging the field.
Down
and
next to the ground crew, huh?
Yeah, I mean, they just
bust
really.
Sometimes.
They do. They definitely do. So, I mean, you guys gotta ease off on these directors and, stuff. I mean, you think they don't want to, guys get pissed if a tournament gets canceled. You think the directors don't want to, get the tournament off? They're making money off of it. You know what I mean? So.
Definitely, for sure. Yep. I can see that. There's a question came in from probably one of the smallest conference players out there, Dustin Roberts. He said, "Have you ever let someone bum a cigarette and they
I was
accidentally
just
hit
gonna
you
say,
the next game?"
Yeah, Dustin about 10, 12 years ago just came up to me. We were about to play him and said, "Mooch, you got a heater." I'll never forget it. You got a heater. Yeah. Kill him. Love you. He goes, "Love you, homie." First at bat, saws me off in the stomach.
Wow. Did you ask for a cigarette back?
The ball, I think it ricocheted almost back to the dugout, and he's actually running the first and going, "Bro, I'm so sorry." As he's running, I went, "No more fucking cigarettes for you, ever."
I get it. Tyler Zawasta, the dude I watched play and talked to this weekend, said, "What's up, Mooch? Hope all is well, my dude."
He was supposed to cut his hair last year for me, and he still never did.
Oh,
so.
His hair is short now.
Did he cut it?
It is shorter. It's definitely shorter. It's not in a man bun.
Oh, my man, Tyler's a great player, man.
Yeah, I saw him drop two pretty long bombs against, who was it? I think it was against Tradesman. This weekend. Yeah. What ex-teammate do you miss playing with the most? Jesse Auday? I'm assuming I said that right. What ex-teammate do you miss playing with the most?
I gotta go back to my man, Cenk Granados. I mean, like I said, me and Cenk got this bond, man. He's my boy. When I first met him, he was 19 or 20 years old playing in the conference, and we just hit it off. And then when we finally played together, we used to joke we were roommates, and we used to joke around and say, "Man, we got to try and play together every year." And it did happen. It was 3 out of 4, and obviously we're not on the same team this year, and it's kind of weird not rooming with him. I can tell you that.
Yeah. I bet. I mean, you get kind of so used to it. You know what I mean? It's like, hey,
yep.
And something's different. It kind of throws off your chi. I always talk about my chi. You know what I mean? It throws off your groove.
Yep.
Justin McKay, do you still have any Mooch is my homeboy T-shirts?
Yeah, they're on the PureSportTechnologies.com website.
There it is. Let's just use a stadium ball every tournament. Daniel Caton.
No way, Bama.
No way.
He could hit a marshmallow 350. He wants a stadium ball.
Yeah, for sure, right? He actually, I saw him drop a few bombs at USA tournament or USA team this weekend.
Yeah, when I do my slammies at the end of the year, that's where I give awards out to people. Half are good, meaning it was an accomplishment you did. The other ones I rag on and pick out their faults and tell them how much of an asshole they are.
And
Bama last year won Best Asian. I gave the Best Asian to Bama. He was tied with RhiNo's. So
there it is. Yeah, someone asked when are the Slammies going to be this year?
They will be. I'll go probably the week of the Major World Series or the week after. Usually the week after is safer because then if somebody was in the Slammies and a not good one, they usually try and go middle. Yeah. So maybe we'll wait. Maybe we'll wait till after.
So there you have it, guys. It's coming. It's gonna happen. Just be patient and let me know when that happens. I'd like to to see.
Oh, I'll tag in it. Don't worry. You might even win an award.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Hey,
there you go.
Hey, hopefully it's a good one. You know what I mean? I'm kind of scared. So here's a cool one that I like to always ask. What is one of the I guess a message or what's one of the things that you want to give a young or newcomer to the game? What is your best advice that you want to give to them?
Like I said, try and stay off the social media. I mean, look, the bottom line is this. Us old school players or older heads, like you say, most of us have a lot to do with some of the top teams. And,
sure.
It's one thing. I mean, look, everybody live streams the game, stuff like that. Look, we're not on there watching for the players. Get yourself to, some of these good tournaments. They have the Super Draft in Florida, these Winter Worlds, in Vegas or, Texas. You've got to get seen or, even your team. Don't be scared to go to a major. And don't be scared, to tell somebody like, hey, look, I'm playing in that major, even if you know somebody, that's in the conference, but they themselves just made it up there, be like, hey, man, if you know anybody, just point it out or hell, like I said, I love to look for talent around my way. A couple of tournaments I play in the off season and stuff like that. And I have a Pure Sport bat supply tournament every year in New Jersey in November.
Oh, nice.
And look, I'm the first guy I'm not. A million people have come up to me like, "Hey, man, can you give me a shot in the conference?" And I'm like, just like, no, you're not ready.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Look, if I called up somebody right now and said, "Look, you need to take this kid," and the guy wasn't even good, they're going to take him on my word because they know I know talent.
Your word
I would
is your
never
word.
do that.
You know,
Exactly.
can't ruin it.
So just grind it, get to tournaments, be seen by conference players, and just have respect. And if you get your chance, like I said, sometimes you don't go up there, and you're not going to be you're not going to be a starter all the time. And when you get there, you have to seize the opportunity. I mean, sometimes you come. Look, conference is cutthroat. It really is. I mean, if you're new to it and your team went 2-2 the first weekend, and you had 15 at bats, and you were 8 for 15, and we're okay defensively, and then the next weekend 7 for 15 and okay defensively, you might not be around, or you might not be in the lineup, or you might not even be on that plane coming the next
tournament. You're gone.
That's the truth. You're gone.
Yeah.
That's how it is. I mean, Craig Shaw, whew, he'll get ready in a blink of an eye, boy, I'll tell you that.
I'm telling you. Hey, I don't know. Rumor has it, No, I'm just playing. I haven't heard too much of, how that really works with certain coaches / sponsors. If they're, they do well here, they're gone the next if they don't. You know what I mean? But I can only imagine, like I said, these guys aren't going to be dishing out hundreds and hundreds, sometimes thousands and, dollars for you to not do well. You know what I mean? It's
at that level, it is a straight business, and any good businessman knows, you've got to put the best product out there. I mean, and that's what's going to take. They'll do whatever it takes. They're not there to make friendly friends. You're not playing backyard tournaments. You're not playing your DNC circuit where you're traveling with your buddies. This is, they're there to win. Like you said, they're spending tons of money, and they want to put the best team on the field.
Hands down, they want the best, so they don't mess around. I get it. Hey, it happens. That's why I'm trying to make my way up from Rec minus to Rec plus. Hopefully next year I'll be there. You know what I mean?
There you go, buddy. One step at a time.
They need a Rec plus Worlds. Let's make a Rec plus Worlds. That could be our thing.
Maybe I'll have it in Jersey in October. 5 teams, everybody gets rings because I know everybody loves rings. So that'll probably
everyone gets a ring and a cotton t-shirt.
Everyone gets a ring. Everybody gets a ring and a t-shirt.
I'll
there
supply
you go.
the cotton t-shirts. You supply the rings. We're good.
Sounds good.
Question: what's your opinion on McClanahan as a teammate? It seems like every tournament he's playing a different position for his squad. Gotta respect the versatility. That was from Ryan Falconer. Hope I said that right. It's my bad, Ryan, if I messed up your last name.
McClanahan is a stud. To me, I call him my son. We played together last year.
Yep.
Ryan, defensive MVP last year in the conference at 24. I think it was 24 last year, 25
right?
tops.
Santee?
Yes. Just gloves phenomenal. Gets better every year with the hitting. And I'm sure most people know this. If they don't, if Ryan just, if we play, I think Pure Sports, we played, say, 75 games last year. Ryan started about 10 of those games. Like, Ryan, you got to go. You got to pitch this game, this, that, and the other thing. If Ryan wanted to be a full-time pitcher, Ryan could be any top 8 team in the country would take Ryan. That's not even a question. He's that good. His glove is unreal. Everybody's seen it up the middle. It's just as good on the mound.
Oh yeah.
It just, if Ryan dedicated himself and said, I just want to be a pitcher full time,
he'd do it.
Within 2 years, he'd be top 5 in the game. There's not even a question.
That's insane. He does look young. My only thing, I'm a weirdo like this, but can the man not run without dropping his lid? You know what I mean? That hat comes off all the time.
I know the hair got a little bit shorter this year, but he, Ryan just. I think Ryan lost like 10 pounds too because he was getting a little chunky. I was breaking his balls about it, but I think he's down from 5 times Taco Bell a day to like 3.
Hey,
so
there you go. Hey, that San Diego Santee freaking breakfast burritos, man. I used to live out there. I actually lived in Santee for about a year before I moved to Colorado. But man, I'm missing me some San Diego. But yeah, I've seen him pitch and I've seen him play wheel. I've seen him play shortstop. He's all over the field, and to only be 24 years old, that just tells you his skill level. You know what I mean?
2 years ago at the ASA Worlds in Oklahoma, Ryan had to play center field because somebody got hurt. He went out there, and he was phenomenal. He's
Damn.
just an unbelievable athlete. And Ryan was a catcher in high school, too. I mean,
Nice.
the kid is a phenomenal athlete.
Ruggs Bat says knuckle or pump fake. One has to go. What do you pick?
Pump fake's on. I'll live and die by the knuckle.
Christian James. This may have already been asked, but who's the hardest out for you? Anyone that you consider your kryptonite? That's actually one of my questions I was going to ask you. So, Christian, thanks for asking that.
Jesus, tough. I'm gonna go with Brian Wegman. I mean, because me and Wegs kind of came up together too. So I played. So, Wegman's got to have 400. Wegman's got to have 400 at bats off me, and he's probably 350 for 400. I mean, the guy just doesn't make outs off me. So
yeah, he's a monster.
Yep.
Been around the game for quite some time now too. I know that.
Yes, he is. Great guy too, Brian.
Let's see. Is there going to be a flipping keys bad draw repeat next year in Myrtle? David Bear.
Flipping keys bad draw will be in Myrtle in the middle of January for the NSA Winter Worlds. 100%.
Nice. Let's see. So, now this is a kind of one that I always like to ask too, because it kind of tells me, I love sports, and I grew up playing every single sport imaginable, and even in high school, I played tennis, golf, soccer, I played baseball, I played everything, football, except for basketball, because I'm realistic. I'm 5'7", short, chubby Mexican, and they ain't having it. You know what I mean? But what sport would Mooch be playing if not softball? Or
soccer,
baseball?
100%.
Soccer, 100%.
Soccer.
You played soccer growing up?
Yes, that was my best sport.
What position?
Well, sophomore year I was the goalie because we really didn't have a goalie, and they stuck me in there. And then forward the last 2 years. So, I mean, that's one of my pitches. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I'll lay the ball on the ground, and I will hacky sack it up, and I'll flip it up.
Oh,
to
no.
me and like hacky sack. Yeah, and I'll hacky sack it a couple times. Yep.
That's pretty sick. No, I haven't seen that. I've seen a few. I actually, when I start pitching, I kind of visualize some of the stuff you do. But you're pretty mobile. I don't know if I could do some of the shit you do. But there's this thing that I do. I do a cartwheel with a ball. I'm pretty sure you've done it already. But
yep.
The last 2 times I've done it, they've both been bombs. What the hell am I doing wrong?
I don't know.
Throwing cookies. I just worried about getting a strike while I'm throwing a cartwheel, and then they're bombs.
Shit happens, Not every. I've done it a million times, and they've gone long ways, and all the trick pitches and stuff. I mean, bottom line is this: I've always told everybody, it's still coming in underhand,
Yeah, same shit. Softball, baseball, kind of mix in and they intertwine together. Baseball players in the big leagues are notorious for superstitions. What are some of your superstitions, and what is it that you do that kind of would seem odd to your everyday person, if you have any?
No, believe it or not, I don't have any on the field, but when I fly, my glove is always in my backpack. That's the only thing I'm worried about. I don't know what it is. I mean, there's probably other guys that are like that too, but
yeah.
I lost my bag and my bats and my uniform and stuff like that. I don't care, but I got to have my glove.
That's replaceable,
so
right?
That glove is in my possession the entire time.
But that glove is like everything.
Yep, and speaking of gloves, I'd like to give a shout-out to my man Fred Frimbris, who's the owner of AZGM.
Yep.
For the last couple of years, he hooks me up with gloves every year. Fred's a great guy. Anybody's looking, I mean, I'm not just pushing it. If anyone's looking for a great piece of leather, definitely AZGM. I mean, Fred sent me 6 gloves since last year, and just I'm like, Fred, I only needed like one a year. Nope, and he made them all different colors, and I bring them for him.
You ever forget about one? You could actually forget it and send it to Washington. Let me know. I'll rock a Justin Mooch exclusive glove. You know what I'm saying? I need to get me one.
We might be able to make that happen.
Hey, I'll rock it. Hey, people are like, what glove is? Who's Justin Mooch? Just give me my glove back, thanks. You know what I mean? So let's see. With everyone hitting middle, the game is turning into a wiffle ball. Let's go back to King and it's court style. As a pitcher in the game, you got to hit challenges for anyone that calls themselves a baller. That was from KOA Soon. And then Kelly Lang says, McClanahan is one of my favorite players to watch. Total stud. So
tell Kelly Lang it's past her bedtime.
Kelly Lang, it's past your bedtime. Mooch told me to say, I'm sorry if, he told me, I got to do what the man tells me to do. You know what I'm saying? he does he's notorious, So, kind of winding down into the end of the show, we talked a little bit about everything. One of the craziest ones that I'm superstitious about, and not too, I have to be, I'm number 20, okay? When I see a number 20 on the other team, I always size them up. It's just, I don't know what it is. What is your number and why, if there is a certain significance to your number?
Well, a couple people can attest to this, especially Mr. Shaw. Believe it or not, the number, it doesn't matter to me. I always wore 27. That's my father's birthday, February 7th. So, I think for like the last 5 years, I could never get that number. It's like a popular number. So like, whatever team I've been on, like, Mooch, what number? I'm like 27. Oh, no, so-and-so. I'm like, okay. And they're like, oh, is that a problem? I'm like, no, not at all. Played with New Breed 2 years ago. Mooch with number 27. Oh, that's Davis's. Millardella. I'm like, That's no problem. You can have it. Last year, Flip Washington.
Oh, yep.
Flip. Flip likes that number. I said, that's fine. Flip's cool. I'm cool with that, whatever. So I think the last 2 years I've been 14. That's my birthday. So.
There you go. So your birthdays. And then last but not least, kind of like a rite of passage, everyone's a freshman at one point in their life, whether it be sports or school. You're the little fish coming up in the world. Is there such thing as, you don't have to go into depth, but almost like, hey, rookie, carry my bat bag, or hey, rookie, carry my shin guards. Is there kind of little things that go on in the conference that, that you can tell us at least?
I'm notorious for breaking some rookies' balls. Definitely, my roommate is Jared Hunt this year, and he came on board last year with us. Actually, he went to high school at McClanahan, and he's been on Monster's ASA super team for about 4 or 5 years now. So Ryan brought it up. He's like, yo, why don't we bring Hunt to the duel? Because, what the hell? It's like we could play like 12 games there. Guys are a little sore because we played 2 weekends in a row. I'm like, it's a great idea. I told Troll, I'm like, let's pick up Hunt. He's like, okay. And Jared, we talked to him. It was like, yo, you're going to come on as an extra, this, that, and the other thing. And somebody was struggling, and Jared went out there. And long story short, he wound up being a starter pretty much the entire year.
Damn.
And hit 770, made all conference. Just everybody, like, we knew he had the talent. It's just that Jared finally believed that he had the talent, and he just came through big time. And he's on, he stayed with Pura this year also. So now he's my roommate, and I do. He's my boy, but he's like, do I have to get the rent-a-car this week? I'm like, yep.
Yep, you already know.
Next tournament. Mooch, do I have to? I go, you're getting it all year. You get the rent-a-car. I always fly in. I like to fly in Thursday night. It's just something I do. Jared comes from California, so he doesn't get in till later or Friday morning taking the red eye or whatever. And I'm always like, dude, I'll Uber to the hotel, and then just you get the rent-a-car and we'll go from there.
Brian DeZern said definitely busted mine for a bit.
Yes, that's Bud right there, Brian DeZern.
Talked with him this weekend a little bit here in Portland. He's a fundamentally sound dude and an even better dude to talk to off the field.
Oh, he's great. He's great. He might lose his phone about 4 times in the Uber during the course of the year, but his talent. Bud's going to be an up-and-comer, man. That kid's got the entire skill set. He was great with us last year at Pure. We brought him on, same thing. Role player, got plenty of at-bats.
Oh, yeah.
I know he learned. He knew it. He was like, man, this is because I was like, hey, you're not going to be an everyday starter. He's like, man, I'm just going to pick everybody's brain.
Yep.
The monster guys, Chant and Ryan and Hunt and you, and you're going to hear Brian DeZern's name for a long time. Trust me.
Oh yeah, very very humble, very cool guy, and we're very similar on the way we think as far as just being able to give back and promote the softball game, and just talking with him. He looks young, you know what I mean, but just talking with him, you would think he's been there for for quite some time. You know what I mean?
Yep. And if Arjun Dodds is still on and listening, I tell him it every weekend anyway. Yes, I think my hand still broke from 2 years ago when he lit me up he lit me up in Texas. Oh.
Speaking of rental cars, I talked to a certain individual this weekend who's kind of known out here in the PNW. His name is Ryan Leckness. Ryan and I kind of talked a little bit about a rental car situation, and or opportunity.
The smoking.
Yeah, so he kind of wanted me to say, hey, I don't know if he'll bring this up, but I don't know why he wouldn't, but ask him about. He already told me the whole story, so I know it, and it's hilarious. But I'd like for you to tell the Rhino Nation, Rhinos Raw and Real Softball Talk, hangout people, what Ryan Leckness is talking about.
All right, so for all you smokers out there, and it's weird. No, it seems like nobody smokes anymore in the conference. Whatever, I shouldn't be smoking anyway. But it seems like if 20 guys smoke in the conference cigarettes, 18 of them are pitchers. So it was great when I went on New Breed and Ryan was the coach. We were just give me a cigarette. We're running out heaters, and he's like, Mooch. So we get in a rental car, and he lights up a cigarette. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, rookie. And I'm like, rookie? I'm like, I've been doing this for 17 years. He goes, well, you don't know this trick. Ryan pulls up to the window and tells them, right when you check out, before they lift the gate up, listen, this rental car stinks like cigarettes. And they're like, oh, sir, I'm sorry. Would you like another one? No. But I want it written down on my paper that it smelled of cigarettes because I don't want to get charged for that because it's happened before, blah, blah, blah. And they write it down. Then Ryan taught me the other one.
Yep.
When you check into a hotel,
he didn't
you're in your room.
That one.
Say, oh, yeah, Ryan's got them all. You check into your room, say 311.
Yep.
Call the front desk. Front desk. Yeah, this is Ryan Leckness in room 311. Just want to let you know, my room smells like cigarettes. And they go like this. Oh, sir, I'm so sorry. Would you like another room? No, but I'm going to come down to the front desk, and you're going to put it on the receipt on my room that the room smells like cigarettes, so I don't get a fine or charge or anything like that. And then what do? Just crack the window and have a cigarette right in the room after that.
He said that you were in the car, and he went up and complained and said it smells like smoke. And he said, Ryan, it don't smell like smoke. He puts the cigarette in his mouth and goes, lights and goes, it does now.
Yep. That was a crafty move. I can't believe that's something that I never picked up on, but that was pretty smart at him.
Yeah, so
I'm not telling everybody to do that because I'm not going to pay your rental car fee if you say
hey,
Mooch told me to do that.
Disclaimer: Mooch will not pay your rental car if for some reason you get busted, and you know how that goes.
100% not.
So now you can kind of come to the end of it. I'd like to basically give you the floor, whether you want to say whatever it is you want to say, thank whoever it is you want to thank, but it is all yours. Whatever you want, it's yours, and go for it, brother.
Well, I always like to thank my sponsors. I had a million great ones over the year. I'll start from New Jersey, whether it's just league ball, people that have become family to me. Big Frank Stout of the DOT fame, Joe Bonatti, Doc Kilday, Jerry Vitale from Above All Landscaping, Frank Vigiani from LTP, my man Louis Mongelli. He got me my start in upper ball from New York. I can't thank him enough for that. Mr. Blackburn from Gene Shop when I played with them for years. Kerm Strickland out of Seattle, great guy. Hasn't been in the conference for 6-7 years, but me and Kerm always had a lot of respect for each other. Ryan Leckness, obviously, great guy. We keep in touch. Like I said, it means a lot to me. What I do is, it's tough. Sometimes there was a 5-year span where I played on 5 different teams. That's just the way it goes with, upper softball. And all new guys and stuff like that. And the ones I really consider friends are the ones that I still talk to at least, once a month. Like I said, I've been invited to... In the last 15 years, I've been invited to 17 weddings all over the country from guys. And that means a lot to me because weddings are like your true friends, your family and stuff like that. And the fact that they might have known I wouldn't be able to make it and stuff like that, but it just means a lot. Like I said, I can't say enough about Craig Shaw and Chris Osborn, Bill Wax from Precision, Todd Ankney, also the coach over there who I mentioned earlier. guys, you always got to thank your sponsors, like I said. And probably the last thing I want to say is, I say this all the time, and I won't regret it, but I might because I'll get a lot. It's just the way it is. I'm serious. I always am here to help anybody with pitching, getting to the next level. I always stress that enough. I mean, I'm on Facebook. I mean, that's the only thing I really like to screw around with on social media. Anybody want to inbox me, I'm always here to help, like I said. And if anybody ever sees me at a tournament, come up to me, ask me, whatever. I always got like extra shirts in my bag I like to give away, batting gloves, whatever. Cool. So, I mean, that's just the way I am. So, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a jerk off, but I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy with a big heart, too.
But I think that's why everybody likes you, man. I think everybody automatically, when I hear or think of top pitchers in the game, your name definitely obviously comes up in my head. What you do, what you bring to the game. I've heard nothing but great stories. Doing this for a little while now, as far as talking to coaches and players, everyone says the exact same thing. You're a competitor. You want to win. And I think what they all say is you go out there and have fun. You know what I mean? I don't think I've not talked about anyone, or I don't think I've talked to anyone and they didn't say you didn't want to just go out there and have fun. And that kind of says a lot about you,
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, I don't sugarcoat anything. And like, if I don't like you and you came, I'll tell you, I don't like you. I mean, that's it. I'm just one. That's how I am. That's how I was raised. And guess what? I mean, there's been guys that people have said, oh man, I heard this guy's a scumbag and all this stuff. I'm like, hey, he never did anything to me. I got no problem with him, and that's like a lot of people. But if I don't like you, I'll be the first to tell you, I don't like you. Don't talk to me.
Yep. You kind of have to give everyone your own. That's how I feel. Is like, let me meet the person. Let me make my own judgment about he or she. You know what I mean?
Yep, definitely.
Well, man, I greatly appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule. Tell Mark he needs to simmer down and quit trying to cheat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, good luck with that one.
I'm gonna send him a message. I don't know what it would do, but it's like, hey, RhiNo said to stop trying to cheat. But if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So I respect it. But man,
well, RhiNo, I appreciate everything, man. Thanks for having me. I'm glad I could help out.
Yes, sir. I thank you so very much. I look forward to watching many weekends and till you're 50 years old.
Oh, I can't wait.
All right, brother. Well, thank you so very much. And you heard it here, guys. Mooch said, hit him up if you have any questions. If you have any questions, anything about pitching. Is he going to recommend you for the conference? Probably not until you earn your spot. That's just how it rolls.
That's right, guys. And don't forget to check out puresportstechnology.com for all your apparel and bats.
Awesome, man. Thank you so very much. And like I said, can't wait to watch. And hopefully I can get my own Mooch is my homeboy shirt.
That'll definitely happen, my man. Right. Thanks again, RhiNo.
All right, brother. Have a great one.
All right, buddy. Yeah. I'll talk to you later.
Later. There you guys have it, man. That was probably one of the easiest ones to do. You guys brought all the questions. Mooch is very, even talking with him a little bit more, humble, a great ambassador to the game of softball. He's been doing it for forever. Guys, one of the best, man. When you think of the top pitchers in the game overall, I guarantee he's going to be USSSA Hall of Fame softball player, just like his father. I cannot say much more than thank you so very much, man. I'm a fan, guys. I tell you this every single time. I'm a fan of softball players. So when I hear these questions and his responses, I don't know what he's going to say. And it makes me feel good that, we brought him onto the show because I couldn't have said it better myself. So shout out to you, Mooch. Thank you so very much for what you do. And thank you so very much for sticking it with us today. But before we go, guys, I kind of want to give a little recap of the Portland Major. We met a lot of great individuals. Got to see Marshall Woods for the very first time in person. Got to see Nick Ludwig. Not only did I get to see him, got to witness his tournament MVP. Great job. Shout out to Tradesman for taking first place in the tournament. Shout out to my Auto Jack for a hard-fought tournament. Pushing the second game to the if game and only, I think, losing. Dropping the game by 1 run. Shout out to my Auto Jack. And then last but not least, Classic Glass, you know, Easton, Classic Glass, Chris Larson, Mr. Woods, Marshall Woods out there doing work. It was a great opportunity to see those guys swing the sticks. Great opportunity to watch some people play. Yours truly doing work out there, 7 for 8. We went 0-2, but hey, shit happens. You know, we will grind. We're only a C team, and we can only grow by playing conference events. You know what I mean? So if there's anything I can help you with, guys, getting gear, shout outs to all the sponsors. Shout out to Chris Osborn and Craig Shaw and the Pure family. Shout out to Rhino Nation Apparel, StingerWoodBats.com, ExclusiveBats.com, and for the players out of West Texas, hit up any of those guys for any of their swag, gear. If I can't get you anything, I will find somebody who will get you what it is that you're looking for. So, without further ado, guys, I thank you so very much for hanging out with me. Stay tuned next week, same time, same place, 6:15 Pacific Standard Time. It's going to be going down. Thank you so very much. Hey, it's been raw, it's been real. RhiNo gone.